Hi, hello, good morning. Happy birthday, if it's your birthday. Welcome to this very fancy hotel room that I have absolutely no business being in. I'm reporting to you from Santiago, Chile. We're here for 60 hours. I'm here for this full day, and then we leave tomorrow at some point. I slept for like 10 hours, but we are in Santiago. And I haven't been to Santiago since before the border closed for the pandemic. And it has been so like... We have no business being here. This hotel is too nice. I'm gonna show you guys this room because this room is like actually crazy town. Okay, so we enter. We have the bathroom. I'm not wearing pants. We have the bathroom, shower, toilet room. I recently got a Dyson with a European plug, and with a Gemini search, I discovered that my European plugs will work here. So I was very happy about that. Anyway, we have robes already available, which if you know me, you know that if there's a robe already available in the room, it is gonna be a good day. Then we have the bed, questionable avocado that was supposed to come on the burger that I ordered last night, but the bed that I destroyed. TV, this nice little like ledge area that has all my crap on it. Then we have this nice little, meeting place, my Spanx. And then look at the view. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. Pretty much like anything with any sort of like mountain view is gonna be my favorite place on earth. So situated my eSIM for the trip. Usually when it's a long layover, I won't activate it until the second day because then I can do 2 full days, pay less than I would pay for turning on my phone for a singular day. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm gonna spend money somehow being connected. And usually when you're in a country by yourself, you need to have some sort of connection so you know where you're going, so you don't wander into the wrong place. Not that I think the area that we're in right now is anywhere, like that park is so pretty. Oh my dear. Anyway, let's get ready. Actually, I lied. We need coffee first. Comes with an espresso machine. We're gonna use plain water. And then this goes in here. Guys, I just woke up, okay? I don't have pants on. Leave a girl alone. We're going to pull a long shot. Azúcar rubia, which I think is just a fancy way of saying brown sugar. Tenemos café. Cheers. I don't usually have a full shot of espresso first thing in the morning. As you can tell by my demeanor, I don't really care. I was wondering why I was so exhausted yesterday. I didn't have any coffee, 0. My employee number starts with a 22. Every single one of my crew members' employee numbers starts with a 0. That is how junior I am in comparison to everyone. Somebody needed to give the trip away. I was gladly going to accept it. And like, what a beautiful day. I just showered. I am a brand new woman. My Apple Watch updated and I slept 11 hours and 30 minutes. This fucking works. I'm so happy that Batiste Brunette Dry Shampoo, if you have one that's better that doesn't cost $80, you let me know. On that same note, I'm not usually one that promotes the whole dupe life, but I've had my Airwrap for 5 years now, and I've been wanting to buy another brush top, and I swear to God, in the 5 years that I've had it, I have never gotten that email saying they're back in stock. So I got one on Amazon, it was 22 bucks. I purposely dedicated the dupe to being like my European Dyson brush head because this one didn't come with a brush head. It might fry my hair off, it might not. Who the fuck knows? Not me. Cute. Okay, that's done. Does it look okay? I just got my hair done. Thank you, Miss Deb. Love you. What am I gonna be doing? Did I not bring my fucking sunscreen? That is not good. Listen, do I suggest you do this at home? No. Potentially expired SPF 30 is better than nothing. I'm like super fucking stoked that I'm here. I'm still in disbelief, if I'm being completely honest. I will be spending the day at the pool. However, I want to go get a coffee. I want to go get a couple little snacks. The hotel is nice. like too nice for me to be here, and they are offering up $30 club sandwiches, which is, you know what, there are just some things, like for example, yesterday I ordered room service. I ordered a burger because I hadn't eaten much of anything. I had made myself a breakfast sandwich that I intentionally ate before we deplaned, because you can't bring shit into the country here. Like, their agricultural rules are very strict. I follow the rules. I do my job. For example, I just had a long layover in Brazil. First of all, Brazil usually is a lot cheaper in comparison to what the Canadian dollar can actually afford. As crew, we actually get our breakfast included. It was nice. I didn't have to think too much. At least one of my meals would be covered, but we don't have that here. I usually go straight out, but I was so exhausted. Little junior mama got second break. On that night flight, I like having first break because it gives me a little bit of time to like eat. When I was eating, or when I was supposed to be eating, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. In hindsight, I should have eaten anyway, just so that I had some sort of food in my system. I did not. So I spent whatever the Canadian equivalent of 34,000 Chilean pesos on a burger and kids chicken nuggets and fries. I did tell myself that I would treat myself to a nice dinner, and I know that my crew is going to La Cabrera tonight, and that's exactly where I wanted to go. They have like a restaurant in the Buenos Aires airport, and every so often I'll actually get my steak sandwich from there, and they make a good steak sandwich. I told myself that I would treat myself to a nice dinner because I deserve it, and I don't usually spend all that much money on layovers. Like, I'm not like frugal. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, pennies. I haven't, like, I've really been trying to like be more financially responsible on my layovers. So what did I use on my face? I have La Roche-Posay Cicaplast in here, CosRx Snail Mucin. Then I use this Got2b tinted brow gel, and then my favorite mascara of all time, the e.l.f. Lash Extender. It's a tubing mascara. I'll have you guys know that if I end up breaking out with UV protection or potentially expired sunscreen on my face, who knows? Can you even hear me? I'm sorry, could you hear me that whole time?
Later.
Okay, I am wearing clothing, I promise. There's a bathing suit on. I just got back from my walk. I also look like an egg putting my hair down. I think it ended up being like around 4 kilometers total, which was nice. I'm gonna spray myself with some of this. Ended up going to Totus. I went to this place for breakfast. Very cute. But I got some grocery things just to tide me over. I always try to get a type of Nespresso pod when I'm here. This is called Marley Coffee. Dark roast called Buffalo Soldier. Whatever that might mean to someone, who knows. Some Coca-Colas, because South American Coca-Cola is the best. I got some milk. I got the cutest mugs ever. Look at them. This one is like, and this one says Bikini Life. Got some butter. I also got some peaches. I got some ciabatta buns to make some sandwiches. Peach nectar, cold cuts, and some yogurt. I'm going out for dinner tonight, and that's all I'm gonna need to tide me over. So, I'm so excited. It was fun. As you can tell by my hair, this is pool hair that remained all day. Today's our last day. It's about 9:30 right now. I kind of want to work out. Full transparency, because apparently Benito has been in there. Listen, unfortunately, I didn't meet him before the concert, and he didn't give me concert tickets because I wasn't in the gym. That should have just been the deciding factor. But I did spend all day at the pool yesterday, which is so much fun. We'll be doing some of the exact same today because we get picked up, I want to say like 6:45. Have been loving this layover so much. I need to kind of put this in perspective. The person who is senior to me, but the most junior on this crew, has been flying for 28 years. That jump is crazy. And this is someone who regularly can hold this. So there's about 20 years of Spanish speakers that would come before me holding one of these trips on a regular basis, which I think is absolutely wild, insane to me. 2 hours 15, so that would be 6:45. Yeah, 6:45. So I have all day. It's gonna be another nice, beautiful, sunny day here in Santiago, and I'm gonna enjoy every single fucking minute of it because it's winter back home. And my next layover in Brazil, even though it is summer, it's like very much so summer in Brazil as well. Our hotel doesn't have a beautiful pool the same way that we do, so I'm really just gonna be enjoying this. I had told myself that I was gonna treat myself to some hotel breakfast, but I still have groceries that I had bought yesterday, some bread and butter and a coffee from that Nespresso machine. So very happy about that. But a little recap on yesterday. So there are a couple crews here. There's the Toronto crew that I'm a part of, and then we have the Montreal crew as well. People brought their beverages, and we all just had a good old time. I had, for my first time ever yesterday, a pisco sour. Some people went to a Mexican restaurant for dinner. We went to La Cabrera. It was just nice. It was nice to like sit down in the restaurant. It was a lot, like more than I would have paid for a steak dinner, but also no, not really. Like with the sides and stuff and tip included, it ended up being like $56. And I had 400 grams of steak. I'm basically gonna like roll myself out of this room and into my bathing suit so that I could go to the pool for our last day. I'm so sad, but I'm so happy, but I'm so sad. Yeah, Bad Bunny has been staying at this hotel, and I have been like manifesting, visualizing that I would run into him, but apparently the only place that somebody saw him was in the gym, and the weather is much too beautiful for me to be anywhere but the pool today. So Benito, I will meet you next time. I have a laser appointment on Monday, which they tell me all the time not to be in the sun prior to my laser appointment, but where I'm getting lasered is not exposed to the sun, so I think that I should be okay. I'm gonna get ready for the pool. I'm gonna wear another one of my nude swimsuits. One of my colleagues asked about it yesterday, and I was like, oh girl, let me put you on, because I love nude. The nude stuff is like literally my favorite in the world. I have 3 or 4 bathing suits that I cycle between. There was another blue one that I think was my first blue one that I ever bought from them, that I used the bottom when like I would mix and match it with another bathing suit and washed it too much, so the color has since faded, which makes me really sad, but they don't make that color anymore. Nude. Emily, Stephanie Barbosa, please do it again. Make it happen once more. I'm just looking at my bags. I brought an entire packing cube of gym clothes that I absolutely did not use. I had full intentions to use them, but I did not use them. I probably would have used them had I brought my running shoes and not just my Vans, because the process would have just been like, I would have just been happy walking on the treadmill, but I've been walking so much. Like I think yesterday I did 14,000 steps. Also, I got a new phone case. It's from Casetify. Maybe I'm at the point in my life where like, it's okay if I don't hit my steps, because in the grand scheme of things, I'm still very active. And I have said so many times that like while I'm on layover, I am not prioritizing the gym at all. I'm trying to make small changes to that, where if I can commit to at least one workout on the layover, then like that's okay. And as long as I'm being like semi-active otherwise, I'm not holding these 60-hour layovers all the time to where like I'm not working otherwise. So it all ends up evening out. And I think that fitness is a sliding scale unless you have goals, fat loss, competition, sports goals. I think that we're putting too much pressure on ourselves. Fitness has many different faces, and I don't believe that it's a like sell one to everyone kind of situation. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready. I'm rambling. I want to go sit by the pool and do nothing for the next many hours. So that's what I'm gonna do.
One eternity later.
We are finally at the end. Oh, not finally. I don't want to be done. This has been such a lovely layover. I was thinking about it a little bit more, that I truly just need to like start manifesting the positive. I brought my gym stuff. I was so determined to go to the gym. And had I done that, I probably would have run into Bad Bunny at one point. Can you just just wrote a little note essentially being like, hey, longtime fan, debí tirar más fotos, literally changed my life. Like, I know that that's a really dramatic thing to say when it comes to pretty much anything, but I love music and I love what I feel from music. Debí tirar más fotos, literally the album was my most listened to album, and Bad Bunny was my most listened to artist of all of 2025. I don't know what it was, but this trip aligned a lot for me because I wasn't supposed to be here. Like, I wasn't supposed to be at this layover. Like, trust timing. And I know that seems like really like kind of like witchy, whatever, but I trust the timing because the same way that I was bummed out that I didn't get a ticket to go and see his show, there was a whole bunch of TikToks that like from like other Chilenos that also bought resale tickets, like last minute resale tickets for like the crazy prices that they were selling them. And none of them got in. Like, apparently it was like a scam situation. So I'm grateful that I didn't fall for that. I'm grateful that I was here. I wrote a little note being like, longtime fan, love you so much. I noticed that there was a bodyguard outside the gym when I went like on my way down to the pool this morning, and I was like, hey, are you on Bad Bunny's team? And I know that he didn't want to have to say like yes or no, but I was like, I just wrote him a letter. I was hoping that you could get it to him. Whether or not he sees it, who the fuck knows? But I had been thinking about doing that the entire time, and I'm glad that I did. I spent pretty much the entire time at the pool. I got to the pool at like 10:30 this morning, and I left at like 4 o'clock. I think it's like a little after 5. We're getting picked up at 6:40. But this was such a great layover. I didn't do too much. I didn't drink all that much either. Very proud of myself there. Now I am gonna finish this off. I'm so happy I am back. I washed my hair. I feel like a new person. I hadn't washed my hair the entire time because I've been swimming in the freaking pool like a little fish that I am. And I'm so happy that one of my colleagues gave it to me. Forever grateful that that sometimes can happen. I wanted to thank you for taking time out of your day and coming to watch this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Also, mainly because I have 10 minutes left of SD room on this and I can't yap for any longer. So, besito.